Howdy, howdy. Welcome to Go Live with Luke. I'm here at the LuxBlocks headquarters, and today we're going to be talking about showing and building all these different kinds of big fidget flexors. This is a new product coming out. We're thinking of calling it the Super Massive Fidget Flexor. Is the gimbal okay there?
I think so.
We're looking good. All right, so Super Massive Fidget Flexor. Let's do a zoom in here to see this kind of action. So, okay. So yeah, the idea is we have the smaller fidget flexor, and the idea is you could just keep adding on layers and layers until it gets really massive. So I'm going to break down this process for you. We have all the different colors of the rainbow here at our disposal. We'll start off building the most basic kind of fidget flexor, and then we'll just keep adding on layers and layers. So, yeah. Earlier on in the process, about 6 years ago, we had a lot of different names for these specific kind of inventions. I think one of them was capillarion, because it demonstrated the scientific idea of capillary action. So what we want is, the first step, we need 4 of these 3-piece triangular prisms, okay? And we're going to connect each of them, each of the 3 sides, with 3 strands of LuxBlocks. I'll show you how to do that right now. The fun thing about this particular product that's coming out is you get all the different colors of the rainbow, and you can make this kind of fidget flexor with any different color you want, any different kind of pattern you want. All right, so here we have the 3 arms here, and we say egg in the nest. Why don't you go ahead and just take the phone off the gimbal? We are testing out a new gimbal, and it seems to be weirdly malfunctioning. You're going to need to just tear that section right off. There we go. It's like out of an alien movie. So this is the first step here. This is what it looks like. It looks like tentacles, right? It looks like some kind of sea creature. It's a great thing about Lux is, as you build, you'll end up making shapes and structures that look kind of like abstract art maybe, or maybe some kind of extraterrestrial life. You don't have to know exactly what it is you're building, but the patterns just keep replicating themselves once you follow a formula, which is kind of what we're going to be doing today. We just keep following the same basic formula as the structure itself keeps expanding. Alright, so we got our next 3 strands here. Always make sure that when you're doing this, that the sides of the LuxBlocks you're using are consistent. So essentially, you see the dimple here is on the inside. Each LuxBlocks has 2 sides, the smooth side and the side with the dimple. And that's really important to know as you're building. So as you continue a pattern, you don't get backwards. You don't mix it up. Everything is consistent. Here we go. And as I say that now, did I get it backwards? Let's see. No, I didn't. Here we go. Voila, we're almost done with this step. And as you can see, things are shaping up. It's a very small, probably the smallest kind of fidget flexor, but we're going to add one more arm to this. Let's see, what color do we want? I think I'm going to do purple next. This is another really easy way to connect LuxBlocks together. If you have a smooth surface, you just go ahead and snap them together like that. It's easy as pie. So we got our next 3 strands. Boom. Boom. and boom. Look at that. All right. And finally, we're going to connect our last prism to this chain. And there you go. We're going to move on to the next step, which is adding a triangle.
Eric Torgerson and Angela Rosen are watching you.
Ooh. Hey, Eric and Angela, you said?
And Michael Nelson.
And Michael Nelson. Awesome. All right, so let's see. What colors should we use for these little middle pieces? I'm going to do orange here. Kind of pops nice contrast and color in the middle. Take a look at that. There we go. Two more oranges. I'm gonna finish this middle. Awesome. And we gotta do that to these two sides. Let's do dark blue. I think I'm gonna do dark blue against the bright green. Put some like that. One more after that. So I'm gonna do, what color should I do? I'm gonna do pink. The unique thing about Lux Blocks is this is really the only type of building block where it's just one piece and you can create these kind of structures that naturally just move and bend, but at the same time can be very sturdy.
Say hi to David Miles and Carrie O'Leary.
Hey David Miles, hey Carrie.
And Andy Quinn and Joaquim J. Giels.
Say that again?
Joaquim J. Giels.
Joaquim J. Giels.
And Himeda Esmeraldi.
Amanda Esmeraldi.
I think I said that wrong.
Alrighty.
That's beautiful.
Alrighty. Take a look at that. Now you may be wondering at home, where can we go from here? Well, I'll tell you where we can go. See these two ends? They look a little lonely. I think we're going to add another strand of 3 to those. Let's take a nice solid primary color.
Say hi to Ron.
Hey Ron.
Anik.
Anik.
Edward.
Edward.
Carlos. Jonathan.
Carlos. Jonathan. Hey guys. Whoop. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have 2 reds here. Keep it consistent. That.
Say hi to Matthew Davis.
Matthew Davis, how are you doing?
And Abo Muhammad.
Abo Muhammad. Nice to meet you. All right, I'm gonna do purple here. Do I have enough purple? Yeah, I have enough purple for that for sure.
And Ming is watching.
Ming?
Mm-hmm. Ming.
Hi, Ming. Connect this guy over here.
Say hi to John Rabori.
John Rabori, how you doing?
And Jody Eichen.
Hi, Jody.
And Joe Boffa. Bofa.
Hi, Joe Bofa. I'm glad you guys could tune in today. We're having a lot of fun over here.
And Don Corbett's here too.
Don Corbett's very nice. Whoop. Right, so we got a piece that's coming out. There we go.
Paul Andrew Doyle just checked in.
Hey, Paul. We're broadcasting this live from our new factory and soon-to-be factory and gift shop, which will open at a date very soon, at a specific date, which we will not yet reveal, but which we will reveal at some point in the next month or so. Located in the heart of downtown Galesburg, right by the railroad tracks. All right, let's see. Let's do another. Let's do white. Let's do 2 strands of white. There we go.
Alex, Ralph, and David just checked in.
Hey guys. Okay, so if you want to zoom in, you could kind of see how the tunnels are all just kind of symmetrical, and it has a kind of a symmetry and kind of a nice architecture to it.
Yeah, you're making more of these nodes, right?
Nodes, yeah, is that what do we call
Or
it?
modules, yeah.
Modules.
Yeah.
See that? And as you bring it in, the modules also collapse. So it's a collapsible module. Wonder if that would have any real life applications that would be practical.
Say hi to Charles Pritt.
Hey, Charles.
Charles Worgen Pritt.
Hey, Charles. Alrighty, let's see. I think I'm gonna add a strand of blue here. I think that'll match nicely.
Leo Cruz just checked in.
Say that again.
Leo Cruz.
Leo? Hey, Leo. For the people who just tuned in, we're building what we call a super massive fidget flexor. So by the end, it's going to look like this. And we started off small and we just kept continuing the same pattern as we built. And the structure just reveals itself when you follow the same patterns, which is the beauty of Lux blocks. You just follow where the Lux blocks take you. And they'll take you on a journey.
The biologist Ken Colleen from Australia said that this structure here reminded him of an excellent model, better than rubber bands, of explaining how the lipid structures create that flexing action in muscles.
The lipid structures?
That make muscle fiber, yeah. So he said this was, usually rubber bands are used to demonstrate muscles,
Right.
but he said this is a more mechanically accurate way to present that flexing motion.
Interesting.
Gabriel Augusto Felix Lourenco just checked in.
Wow. What an awesome name.
I think they win the name contest.
And how is it that Lux demonstrates the muscles at such a mechanically accurate way? What is it about Lux that enables it to do that?
Well, what Lux does is it demonstrates how everything could be reduced mechanically, right? Squishy things are actually machines that can be reduced to their mechanical components. And since Lux is all hinges, it reduces everything that's hinged down to its bare essentials. And since everything is made out of hinged components called molecules, Lux has a way of showing that correlation.
So all molecules have hinges.
Essentially, they have moving bonds, right?
Let's see, I think we're gonna do 2 more.
Alfred Johns just joined us.
Hey, Alfred. Alright, let's snap that in there. We're almost done with this step. We're almost done with the whole thing, actually.
Mm-hmm. Say hi to John Edwards.
Hey, John. Alright. One last strip to apply here. There we go. I think that's secure. Okay, so this is what we got so far. Now that same step that we did here, where we just added on 2 Lux blocks at this specific angle, we're gonna do that here.
Lori Delator just joined in.
Hey Lori, how you doing?
So you're gonna make those pointy things
I'm
again?
gonna make these pointy things, so really...
I'm pointing at the pointy things. Like that.
Yeah. So really, if you take a look at it, the way that we made a triangle here by connecting these pointy things, we're doing the same thing here. It's going to make an even bigger triangular type shape. So just keep following the same pattern. There we go.
Dave Richard just joined us.
Howdy, Dave. Let's see. We're going to have to start cheating a little bit with the colors. I think I'm going to start doing 2 different colors for each point. So now I'm going to do green and pink. There we go.
How big could you make these fidget flexors?
Oh, you could just keep applying the same pattern and you could make it as big as you want.
So they're scalable.
They are scalable, absolutely.
Another way to consider these, they're called self-similar systems. So every little component is all over the place, right? Wherever you look in it, you see the same components in all parts of it. Those are called self-similar systems. And nature has lots of self-similar systems. You could also call this an algorithm because you're following a pattern rule, aren't you?
Right. Is there a distinct difference between, what is the difference between formula and algorithm? Is that just a difference of the word? Is that
It's a good question. I think formula is used in
broadly maybe?
well, it's mathematical, right? Or in chemistry they have a formula. An algorithm is a set of rules. Like a good example of an algorithm that everybody understands is like long division is an algorithm. And if you follow the rules of that little game you play with long division, you should be able to process any number and divide. In this algorithm you're doing right now, you found a rule that if you just keep applying those chains of 3 and 2, the system grows, right? So it's not like you understand everything that's going on. You don't have to understand everything that's going on in this complicated looking thing. All you got to do is just plug and chug, your favorite term, right?
Right.
And that's the beauty of algorithm. That's how nature makes such gorgeous diversity of forms, but really there's not much going on intellectually that makes a flower a flower. A flower doesn't know how beautiful it is. It's just growing one cell at a time until it turns into this complex organism. But the seed itself didn't have this master plan. It just grew over time and all these beautiful patterns emerged. And that's what's happening here. You're following the same rule you started with, but look at how much order is being derived. That wasn't really predictable in the beginning, right? That's another feature of nature. Franny Marr just joined us, and so did Yvonne, Catherine. Yvonne.
Long time no see, Franny.
Matthew Putt just joined us.
Hey Matthew, how you doing? We do orange and white.
Richard Gallegos and Chris Steele are watching.
We're almost done here with our super massive fidget flexor. Let's see, did we get all the sides? I think we did. What you can do is if you want to make it extra stable, right now it can't quite stand up, but if you want to make it extra stable, you can add another guy at the end here.
Like a handle?
Yeah. And really what you could do is,
You call those triangular prisms?
I've been calling them that. So what you could do is, you could carry this on, do something else in the middle, and then put another one of these at the very end.
Mm-hmm. Like you could connect this one if you wanted to that one
Exactly.
and make it super long.
Yeah.
And then you could connect this one to that one too and make it super crazy long.
Right. So here you go. This is the final version of what we've just done here. And if you want to take a look at that, you can see the patterns and also how the patterns change as you squish it.
That's so trippy.
It's trippy fun. It's like a kaleidoscope. And this is great to just have on your desk, have people come into your office, and then you can have them mess around with it.
That one is a stand too, doesn't it?
This one has a stand, a special stand made of trigons, which is our triangular piece. You have a lot of fun with these guys. Well, that's it for this episode of Go Live with Luke. I'll see you guys next time.